Hello everybody. Today I want to make a video about all the different Fiat 500s that I encounter in the streets of Chicago. And today I'm going to start off with what I think is the top of the line, which is the Abarth version, which is like their sportier, which I'm actually surprised that one is an automatic because I thought they were all stick shift. But yeah, like as I've been walking around, filming cars, I've noticed that at least in Chicago, maybe it's not the same for everywhere. These Fiat 500s are everywhere. And in particular, like this Abarth, I think is the fully loaded because I think the roof also folds down. So it's like a cabriolet with these white wheels. But for some reason, people love them. So I'm just going to walk around and see how many more I can find. So here's one. So by walking just a couple minutes from there, here we go. We got this Fiat 500 Turbo. So again, I'm not too familiar with their lineup. I'm assuming Turbo is like the higher trim level, full of Chicago bird crap. So this one, just judging from that entertainment unit, it's also an automatic, not a surprise. But this one's probably more recent, and it does look like the door is not closed all the way, which obviously I'm not going to touch. These are not dealership cars. They are people who live in these fine Chicago buildings. So here we go. Here is another one. No sunroof, none of that stuff. So here's a turbo one. And then look, right across, I don't know, what are we talking? 30 feet away, 20 feet away, we have another Fiat 500. In this case, I like the color. What is this one at? Let's see. Fiat of Chicago. Okay, so there's no... oh, you know what? Here, I know this. This is an older style. You guys can kind of see that through the head unit. So, and these are, these are like pretty much the same type of Fiat 500s that we had when I worked for a car rental company. So this was hilarious because we had these as economy cars, although on the website we were advertising like a Chevy Cobalt that was back in the day for an economy car. And then when people would arrive, economy car, it would said that it would seat up to 4, and then they would rent it, and then we would give them a Fiat 500. Although I think we had some with like fake leather. This one, looks like cloth. And as you can kind of see, whatever, well, you guys can see my reflection more than anything else. I'll be probably posting a picture of the rear seats. They're pretty much non-existent. So what ends up happening is that people who want a Chevy Cobalt, so there's that other one, they would be freaked out and they would be forced to upgrade. So I fondly remember these conversations. So I'm gonna find you some more. So I realized that this is not a Fiat 500, but I couldn't help myself but to film this thing. When is the last time anybody watching this saw one of these Toyota Tercels? Let me move back a little. Toyota Tercel DX, so that's like the base trim level. When is the last time you guys ever saw one of these things? Which look like in a pretty good condition inside, and yeah, the paint has seen better days, and I don't know what happened to this fender. And I think on the other side, I think the door is a different color. Yeah. So, but when is the last time you guys ever saw this? I haven't. Probably in a long time. So yeah. So there you go. More on the hunt for Fiat 500s, and I particularly like these 90s style seat belts that kind of, go on a track. So, because this was a pre-airbag era, so it's interesting to see just, go back in time. There's a little Yaris, nice and happy. All right. And a Saturn View. Okay, I gotta stop. So I did get carried away there at the last segment, but then I'm walking around and then there's a bunny right there. So how could I not film the bunny? Come on. All right, and it's gone. So while looking for more Fiats, I found this early generation Mitsubishi Eclipse. Very cool looking. Had to pause because there was a person right there, right in the middle of a shot. So I don't know what's up with this card, but still, I couldn't help but to approach it. It's got a sunroof. That's nice. It looks like it's been here for quite some time. But man, I don't know, there's just something about me and finding these cars just make me excited. So I'm gonna kind of approach it. It could use a car wash. Let me kind of go back. Don't really know too much about it, but just judging from the crap on the ground, it's probably been sitting here since the winter, and there's some damage on the door. But man, when I think of like a little race cars, which I understand these are not too fast, but still, I like how these things look. And keep in mind, this is from somebody who drives a Lincoln Town Car, for God's sakes, and I even get excited looking at this Nissan Maxima from late what is this? Well, I don't know, but this is probably a good 15 years old, sitting right beside the Eclipse. Also, I've seen better days, and look at the headlights. Man, what the hell happened here? Wow, very interesting. Okay, why am I nerding out over an old fallen apart Maxima? I don't know, but why not? It's free country. I can nerd out to whatever I want. GLE, so that's a luxury one. All right, so here we go. Going back to what my original mission was, to find Fiat 500. So here's another Abarth, or Abarth, you know, signaling by that little badge right there. Okay, and this one, let's see if I can get on this side. This one is a certifiable stick shift. If you guys can see it right there, that it's a stick, nice red with a sunroof. And I like that badge right there. Nice rims, also sitting in a bunch of crap, but it's in a much nicer shape. So here you go. So that's a fourth one. All right, so here is another one. I think that's a fifth one. This one is a Fiat 500X, which is a 4-door red with a sunroof. It still counts. I mean, it has Fiat 500 in it. So there's somebody sitting in that car up front, so I'm trying not to get too close so they don't get weirded out. But here you go. That's a fifth one. So here we go again. Just walking a couple hundred feet since the last one. So that's, I got 6th and 7th parked right across the street from one another. And so here we go again. Here's a white one with probably a folding top with red seats. Think they are cloth, not that it really matters. And then got this green one. Now this green one is actually very cool looking because it kind of looks like a retro. Let's see if I can get a bit closer to it. Check this out. You got the retro wheels, I think, maybe the color. That's very strange. Also, it's got like the two-tone paint. Ooh, I like the inside of it. Look at that. So, yeah, I got like the white with brown leather. And they got a Christmas tree in the back. But yeah, I kind of like this one. And it is from Illinois, Peoria. All right. Now, I realized that I could have made this video about just about anything. You know, counting all the Toyota Priuses, counting all the bicycles, you know, counting all the Honda Civics and Nissan Rogues and anything else. So the reason why I wanted to do it about Fiat 500s is because, to me, you know, it's a very weird car. I understand that people like these cars because they're small and kind of cute looking, but then at the same time, you know, you don't see these cars every day. I mean, you see a bunch of these. You know, you see a bunch of Accords and Subarus and stuff, and, you know, even these Hyundai Elantras. But Fiat 500s don't seem to be very popular, and that's why, you know, Fiat in general and Chrysler Company, they've been looking for a new partner to merge with because they're not doing so hot. But yet, judging from me just walking around the block for, you know, for what, 40 minutes, I found a bunch. And here we go again. So I'm going to probably wrap this up. Oh, nope, I see another one. But honestly, I don't even remember. I don't remember what count it is. But I do like this nice yellow Mazda Protege 5. I used to like these cars, actually. When I bought my Nissan Sentra back in 03, I wanted this type of car. I don't know why, but just for some reason it called to me. So here we go. There's a yellow one. Right when I was about to shut off, I turned the corner, and there we go. So I'm gonna have to count. Honestly, I don't remember Is this like a 7th one? Check this out. There's a nice yellow one. Yep. With the sunroof. Ooh, also stick shift. If you guys can see that. And I'm trying not to focus too much on any one car. I know these are not exciting at all. But yeah, well, if I see any more down this street, because I'm heading back from lunch, I'll be happy to film. But other than that, this is just me getting my internal Jerry Bruckheimer out of my system and just filming stuff that I find interesting, and I hope that you will too. And right as I turned a corner, I saw this Bronco II, the original one. Well, I guess not the original one, but close to it as possible. I know that Ford just announced a new Bronco for like 2021, but still, I just saw this, and this is a real workhorse that somebody is obviously using as a plow, or at least at some point did. It's seen better days. But here's a classic Ford Bronco. Now, granted, I don't know much about them. I mean, I know there's a cult following. I know that these are like rugged off-road type of deals, and keep in mind, I'm not really into SUVs, but I mean, I could appreciate a nice, vehicle that had squirrels chew through the spare wheel. I don't know if anybody likes these things, whoever's watching, but yeah, this is the original as it gets, from the 90s, with in decent shape, I guess. I mean, there's tons of rust, obviously. I don't know if you guys can see the interior, but I didn't even know that Broncos had like a little wood paneling inside. I thought this was more of a, oh, you know what? That's an Eddie Bauer edition right there. So that's probably like, it used to be like probably their top of the line. Let me see if I can just move away from it a little bit. Yeah. So here you go. Yeah, it looks cool. I like the whole two-door SUV thing. So, all right. And maybe this will be the final end to this. So when people rented those economy cars, or actually reserved economy cars, this is what we had advertised, is right here. Actually, on our website, it was a nice and red Chevy Cobalt two-door, which you can obviously see is a much more substantial car than those Fiat 500s. So, all right, well, that's too much of me in the reflection. So how about this? Yep, so this is what they were expecting. And then I can imagine showing up, because for this, I mean, I'm not saying I would put 4 people in there, but at least it's possible to put in the back seat of a, here, let me see if I can get in the middle of the road, not to die. There you go. Yeah, so here. So they wanted to reserve this and rent this, and then they got the Fiat 500, so I could imagine they would freak out, and rightfully so, because this car is like, a couple feet longer, looks longer, even though the back seat is probably not the best. I do like the back of this thing probably more than the front. I do like these little circular things, going back to like the Impalas or the Corvettes or something. So it's interesting. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna move away. So yeah, so this was a nice trip back down the memory lane, and yeah, I don't know. So what's the verdict? People like the Fiat 500s because they're cute, or because they're in the city and they want something small, and that's about as small as it gets. There's plenty of small cars, like you could see this Honda Fit. There's tons of Priuses, tons and tons of Priuses. You can kind of see, like me walking around, what kind of cars are driving by. Yeah, like even this like Mitsubishi whatever SUV Outlander. Oh, there's a nice Acura. So anyway, I don't know what's the allure. Probably the cuteness, and people don't think about how reliability is going to suck and those things. You can see an Infiniti parked next to a Kia Soul. So yeah, why not Kia Soul? I don't know. So anyway, well, I think I'm going to have to cut this out, or cut this down, because I kind of went on a rant. But in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one.